He's down, yeah? I finally got it. I found it.
Cracker. Possibly the most prized fish in South African waters. If you're not from here, you won't know about them. But if you are, you will know about this fish. With thunder in their tails and the speed to match it, their trophy status is well deserved. Your spears must be sharp and your knots must be solid as a rock, because these fish are as strong as they come. This spear was bent like nothing. Growing up in what you would call humble beginnings, these fish start off life in rock pools and estuarine conditions. But soon after this, they head out to the ocean. And after many years, they turn into these.
This is the big fish.
So now that you know what a musselcracker is, let's go find a big one. In fact, let's go find my biggest one in 10 years. Here you can see the conditions we have to deal with to get these fish are often bad. And if you ask any fisherman where would they get a big white musselcracker, they would say the dirtiest, most whitewashed water that you would ever see. There's a lot more to it, but that's essentially what we do. We dive in bad conditions for these fish. But that's the least of my worries. There are far bigger, scarier fish in this ocean, and we need to be careful when hunting in these murky conditions.
Brad, it's pretty fishy down here.
Yeah, I've been checking, it's very fishy.
Yeah, I heard some big tail slaps.
And there's some fish going fast, eh?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's not too bad at the bottom. It's okay.
I don't know, maybe it's just all bad down there.
Yeah, it felt okay, yeah.
So here's the first piece of information that you need when hunting a musselcracker. These fish are not quiet. When they are down there feeding, they are shredding this reef to pieces. Their tails are slapping about, and if you listen clearly, you can hear where they are going. In this example, I did not really see the fish, but I heard the fish. The big tail slap. You hear that underwater, it's a good sign. But the cracker don't often give you second chances. This fish spotted me and spooked off. But I waited there, and all I found was an octopus. Despite this, despite missing my chance, not all hope was gone. This water found very fishy.
He's down, yeah?
With the excitement brewing, I head back down in hopes of finding myself a record musselcracker. Here's some evidence that they've been here. This piece of reef that's been shredded to pieces. I know I'm on the spot now. I find as much cover as I can lying inside this crack. With limited time underwater, you have to make do with what you've got. Here, this is not great cover. I can barely squeeze my silhouette into the crack, but I'm doing my best to keep my head down, because if you've ever seen a diver, I think the first thing you see is their head popping out and looking from side to side. And after doing this for a while, something came my way. The fish is on, almost ripping the gun out of my hands, but suddenly the line goes slack. The shot was bad, and I lost the fish. I think the spear didn't go fully through. I must have hit a bad area of the fish, or maybe the shot was too far. So I loaded as quickly as I could, because I know they won't be here long. They do not stick around when trouble is in the water. I go for another dive, but at this point, the current has pushed me far off the good reef. Things are not looking good.
Oh, I've lost the reef now. I don't know where they are.
I think one thing we underestimate is the danger of rushing back down. It's important to breathe up and recollect yourself, because every time you go down, you are risking your life. So make sure that you're ready. I descend back into the murk, not knowing I'm going to hit the good reef. Suddenly, I find the structure with great cover. I can be basically unnoticeable in this water. Here I am strumming my bands in an act of attracting the fish. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This time, it did. I can hear the school getting closer and closer and closer. There is nothing that can beat this feeling when you know you're surrounded by fish, but you can't see a thing. All you can do is try to make yourself as concealed as possible, and if luck is on your side, something will come your way. A monster was on my line, and I felt like I needed help, so I called for Brian.
Right up! Right!
No idea what the shot is like. I tried to play this fish tenderly. I did not want the spear to rip up. I knew this was a big one. Seeing the form appear, I realized the shot is good. The fish is in my hands.
Right! Right up!
The fish was hurt, but I put it out of its misery as quickly as possible. Showing the fish to Brian, I get a sigh of jealous agony.
Proper fish, bro. Come back this way, there's been stacks this side. There's stacks this side. Go. What the fuck's going on his head?
Big fish, eh?
He's got a fucking huge head. Yeah, he's like basically all head, eh? That thing's got a monster head, but you have to do a jaw mount to that thing. I finally got it. I found it. So people, that's how you do it. You just get in the water. You just try. And you fail, and you miss, and you lose fish. And you come out with one of these.
It is impossible to shoot a fish if you do not get in the water. The hours that I've put underwater, the countless dives that I've taken, all of this contributes to getting that opportunity on a monster musselcracker. I do not credit this fish to my skill, nor do I credit to luck, but rather it's a combination of them. The more and more you practice, the luckier you'll get. And that's exactly what happened today. Before this, I had taken 10 dives without even seeing a fish. But on this day, I was given my opportunity, I took it. Some might say it's an incredibly sad moment to shoot a fish that's probably older than me. Probably pushing 30 years and over 16 kilos. This fish was truly an amazing creature. An amazing creature that lived a life, pillaging the reef of South Africa. This fish took me 10 years to conquer. And to the naysayers and all the Facebook conservationists, all I have to say to you is, you know nothing about these fish. You've probably never even seen one. But you see a big fish getting killed, and your heart responds in outrage. But can you say that you know where your food comes from? Can you claim purity when eating your McDonald's burger? I chose to take this fish. I know where this fish came from. I know that this is a pure, healthy meat. I know that this fish is not modified in any way. It's just a pure blessing of nature. And I appreciate it. and I share it with friends, and I share it with family. So before you hop in the comments with rage, just think about that. This fish took 10 years to shoot. It's not like your hamburger that you're having once a week. This fish is not battery farmed. It grew in this very ocean, an ocean which I've put a lot of time and effort into understanding and respecting. And in return, it's given me so much, including this fish. And if you don't live by the ocean, you might not understand this relationship. But if you do, it makes perfect sense. So this is the story of my monster musselcracker, a fish which I'm still eating today. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, maybe give it a like. If you like this kind of thing and would like to see more, maybe subscribe. Stick around. There's lots more coming.